Okay, so this is going to be a demo on how to do a take. So a take is a sudden change of, it's like a change of expression or a sudden surprise. Your character could be seeing something that takes them off guard. It can be a bad thing or a good thing. Usually it's more of a negative surprise, like, oh no, this thing has come. But it could also just be general startlement. It can be a happy surprise, so somebody walking in on a surprise birthday party. So, some of the components of a take. So you need your starting expression and you need your ending expression. And if we go right from one to another, it's going to be a little bit uh, anticlimactic, perhaps. So we have our start, we have our end, and I do recommend starting with gestures or your key poses. So these are just the two key poses for this. And one thing that's going to be really important about connecting them is you need your anticipation. That's part of what makes the take, well, take. It's part of what makes the take look dramatic or look like a big surprise. So what I'm going to do is delete some of these in-betweens so that I can draw an in-between between these two poses. So if she's leaning back, now your take can happen in any direction. Usually in a typical take it's going to be up. So she's going to move up or back. But it really could go in any kind of direction. It can be during a head turn. It can be before or after the head turn. It can be the character just looking in one direction and then the surprising thing happens in front of them. So instead of them turning their head and looking somewhere and then seeing the surprise could just happen right in front of them. So in this case, that's going to be the case here. She's not turning her head at all necessarily. Whatever she's looking at is surprising her in front of her. So she's going back. She's going this way. So for the take, she needs to lean forward first, or bend forward, or dip her head down. So I'm going to try. Now I only deleted some random frames in between. I'm definitely going to need more frames than this. Or I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more frames than this for the take. It's going to be too much movement otherwise. But not perfectly timing it out just yet, just getting the poses down. So I'm going to bring her head down, both angling it down and literally down, like lowering it. Okay, that's a very big difference, so I'm definitely going to need some frames to get into that. That might be too much. We'll see how it looks. And also I'm going to want to maybe bring her shoulders up for the anticipation. Okay, let's try bringing the shoulder up. So let's see how this looks. It's definitely going to be too big of a jump. And during the anticipation of a take, you don't necessarily have to have the eyes closed, but it's not uncommon to have that. So I'm going to try it with her eyes closed during the anticipation for the take. Okay. Well, her mouth goes from being open to open again, so how about I close it for change? Okay. Her head might be too small. Yeah, it's a little too small. Okay, let's make it a little larger. Let's see, so that looks about right. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about her hair. I will, though, consider the position of the bandana. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to have her eyes open. But maybe squinted a little bit. But you could have the eyes closed. That's not uncommon. In fact, she might look better with the eyes closed, but let's try eyes open. She looks a little freaked out there. All right. Let's bring her eyes up a little bit. There we go. A little less 1,000-yard stare. Okay. Okay. Okay, so those are for the key poses. So let's try drawing layer. And just like we would do with a head turn, or that I would recommend, I would start with the head for this. So the head just on its own. So I'm going to trace the head from the previous layer. I'm not going to include the eyes or the mouth, just the nose and the ears, and I'm going to make her like she's bald. There we go. Sometimes I include the ears and the nose in these because they're anchoring points for the head, so it makes it a little easier to track what direction the face is looking at. Let's turn off the onion skinning for that. Mouth might end up being too high on that, but we'll see. And let's include the lines. Okay, and then her surprised face. Oh, I'm including the neck, and neck is not really a good place to put the neck. Let's keep the neck off. Maybe the underside of the chin, though, can be added here. Okay, it doesn't really matter about the top of the head too much. We're not going to see it anyway. Okay, so now we could try adding in-betweens. So when going towards the anticipation, we could have it ease out, then ease in. Let's just try easing in, but no ease out. And see if that looks good. That will give it a little bit of a pop in the beginning. This may not be enough frames. Let's try that. Okay, so that's right, these all filled. That's okay. I'll just keep. Ease out without an ease in. Oh, sorry, ease in to the last frame without an ease out. Let's have the head drop quicker. Let's see. No, this head's too tilted. It's turned too much. Okay. That might be too much of a jump. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that looks okay or if that needs an ease out. Okay, too slow. Just try it on once. And okay. It's hard to say. Let's go on to the jump and see if that looks all right. And then we'll see if we need to add some more, maybe an ease out here. I don't want to spend too much time here because this is a quick anticipation. If this part's too slow, then it might take some of the oomph away from the jump. The take itself might weaken it. So we'll see. So I'm just going to arc back this way. Maybe use another drawing layer. We can call this reference. And so she's going to arc back like that. Okay, so she might need an ease out, but I do want her to ease in for sure. So I'll start it without the ease out from this, and I'll just start right in the middle and then ease into this position, and we'll see if it looks good. Because the take is usually a quick motion, but we want to make sure it's not too fast where it's jagged or choppy. Okay, this part's too much. Also, this is too diagonal. She really should arc more than this. Let's adjust the path. Okay. Her head also seems to shrink. She is leaning back, but she may not be leaning back enough for that much change in size. Okay. This might need more in-betweens. Let's put this on 2s. So this on 1s, we put it on 2s. And see if that maybe helps. Set exposure to 2. Okay. Let's move this over. And let's see if that helps. Okay, that might be better. Let's add some in-betweens for this. And let's ease it one more time. Usually for a take, we'll probably have the most ease at the very end when the character is settling. Okay, that actually might look all right. Yeah, she's a little surprised. Okay. So let me just adjust the key poses so that they are at times where they are helpful. Okay, that one's okay. Let's move this one to the end. Okay. So there's the head and the general idea for the start of the take. Save this, let's pause it, and then we're gonna continue in the next session.